Debra L Morrison is a TEDx speaker, best-selling author, and international motivational speaker. She's a recipient of the Marquis's Who's Who Women of Influence Award, a seasoned life-centered certified financial planner and empowered retirement coach. She partners with women to maximize their return on life, not just their investments. Debra has been featured on CNN, ABC, and MSG's Metro Money Television. She's also been quoted in the Wall Street Journal, USA Today, the New York Times, Business Week, Money Magazine, Ladies' Home Journal, Nation's Business, CNN Money, Reader's Digest, Kiplinger's, and more. Debra coaches women to build their confidence, inspire a fulfilled life, and create an empowered relationship with their money. She teaches women that it's possible to both live in the moment while saving for the future. Known for her easy-to-understand speaking style, Debra combines sage wisdom with refreshing humor. Now you're in for a treat. Please welcome Debra L Morrison.
Why, thank you. And thank you for joining me for day 2 of my 3rd Women Busting Barriers Summit. Yeah, we have busted barriers, a lot of them. Yes, we have. And I have 3 women with us today that are my friends, and I want to share them with you because they have a real message of empowerment. Now, just to recap of day 1, I think that was epic, right? Raise the hands. Epic? I cried. I laughed. I was in awe. I don't expect anything less today. And with that, I'm going to introduce our first panelist and guest, Zondra Evans. And I hope we get this right, Nancy, because Zondra, you know, she's all about the TV thing. Zondra, welcome to Women Busting Barriers. Thank you so much for being with us. We've got you. There you go.
Absolutely. I'm glad to be here.
Well, Zondra, you know, she's all about be the absolute best you, right? And who is she? She's a talk show host, executive producer of Real Biz Talk with Zondra, brand equity ambassador for Dallas Professional Women. She's a board member for Smart Chill, a nonprofit, Millennium Women's Empowerment Organization. She's a certified self-investment coach and strategist. Hey, why don't we bring the money right into investing in ourselves, women? Yeah. So she helps women navigate what she calls the terse waters of their personal and professional journey. Wow. But let's rewind, Zondra. 40 years you spent in corporate? Describe your earlier career's barriers.
40 years in corporate America. If anybody is on this line listening, you know that the barrier is, imagine in the late 70s being an African-American woman in corporate America. Not only that, but in corporate America in a very technically savvy company like Intel Corporation, learning how to earn that seat at the boardroom table. So that's my experience.
How about being passed over for promotions? I suspect that happened a lot.
Oh, you know, I got passed over, rewind over. I mean, yeah, got passed over several times. But I think that one of the things that I learned, though, in that whole, series in my life is that learning how to actually read the system and then use the system to elevate your brand and what you're all about, and how critically important that is, that nobody can be you. So.
Wow. Yeah. So then laid off, pink slip, after 40 years, imagine that. You decided, well, you'll get on a few stages with the mic in your hand, and yet God had a different plan, right, Zondra? God said, I'm going to put a mic around your neck, and you're going to speak in front of millions. So share with us entering streaming TV as a late 50-year-old woman in what most people understand is a millennium-controlled industry.
Well, I could tell you this. I'm not sure that was part of my exit strategy at all, because I don't have a degree in broadcast, nor do I have a degree in communications. So entering into streaming, one of the things that I always say is that I'm a baby boomer with millennial tendencies. So I I really didn't know anything about streaming TV, but I learned streaming TV. And when I did, I realized that one of the things that I wanted to be known for is leveling the playing field for small business entrepreneurs to be able to be featured on TV, to have a commercial on TV, to have your own show on TV. And so that's what we've done.
Well, you've been very generous with your praise of one of your mentors, a silent mentor, you say Les Brown, and he taught you two valuable lessons, probably a bunch of them. And yet these two valuable lessons were the power of OQP, only quality people, and reframing fear. You want to unpack that acronym for us?
Yeah, reframing fear. One of the things that I learned, I take no credit for it, is, what does fear really stand for? And so it's face everything and rise. And when I really heard that, it made such a great impact in my life that I realized that fear can really serve in so many different ways. Fear can serve to propel you, but you don't live in fear. And so you have to be courageously intentional to actually continue to take steps forward, even when fear is somewhere lingering around.
No, amidst it, right? Amidst it. So you had talked with me about one period of your life where you felt you had wasted 7 months of your life fighting. Speak to us about that.
Yeah, I sure did. Listen, I told you I'm a baby boomer, but I have millennial kind of children. And the first 7 months of business, you know what they were telling me? You need to be on social platforms. And mommy, you've got to learn how to do this. And, I was like, oh, no, I don't need to do all that. My name is Zondra. Who else is Zondra? And about 7 months of my life, I wasted time fighting them instead of getting on board. And so one of the things now for me around streaming TV, it's not because I own a TV network, but I'm on a crusade to tell people, stop wasting time. You have to get on streaming TV.
Love that. So fast forward, you founded Zondra TV, which, if you don't know, it's a multi-international award-winning TV network with a global reach of 350 million viewers. Holy camole. Won 2 international awards for TV and media. And you advocate that women get to monetizing our content instead of just giving it away. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, one of the things that I believe is your power is your IP, your intellectual property, but also your IK, which is your intellectual knowledge. And so for me, I have stood by watching. It happened to me. It'll happen to you one day, where these social platforms will shut you down. You don't even own your content. And so my thing is I wanted to make sure that women entrepreneurs especially could access this, protect their IK, because it's your knowledge. And be able to repurpose that and use it for your benefit.
Wow. And just describe, aside from us fighting and not wanting to, follow what seems to have been very, very successful routes for our predecessors, the typical barriers, if you will, that have limited women with whom you've worked, right? Like as professionals, we kind of inherit do-it-yourselfers, right? So tell us about some of the scars of your clients, and then how you help them hurdle those and catapult forward.
Yeah, that's really, that is a loaded question, but what I'm going to tell you is this. A lot of times women come to me, and I'm just going to talk about women for them, people. I'll talk about people, but women really especially. Oh, I don't want to be in front of the camera. Oh, I don't want to be, but you're the brand. You're your business. You are the brand. Nobody, I have to work with women every day telling them nobody actually does business with you because you have a great website or your color scheme is so inviting and your logo is like, smash it, man. It is like the best thing ever, right? It's smashing it. People really don't. They don't work with you or they don't buy from you for that. People really work with you because they get to know who you are and what your story is. So teaching people how to tell their story in a unique way to arrest the attention of people so that you can actually gain more clients.
arrest the attention. Are you guys listening to this language? I mean, we're going to talk with our next guest about every word matters. I mean, these words that she is just spewing out extemporaneously are really so rich, right? Take notes if you're not doing it already. So you have not only developed over 60 producers in your academy, but you bring that prowess of developing commercials, right? Like we think, all right, like streaming TV is like getting much more prolific. And so you buy a channel on this network and you buy a channel and then you're like, oh, what's the content going to be? You know what a lot of people ignore is the value and the complete monetization on steroids of commercials. Talk to us about how you have developed commercials for your producers in your academy.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, you guys. We just realized that there's a tremendous amount of money in commercial advertisement. And so even if you sell it for, little money, that inventory is used over and over again. So think about it in this way. We have a commercial development department that actually will develop a commercial for any business entrepreneur, and then we'll stream it on Amazon, Roku, Apple, and we even stream it on Hulu by demographic. But the thing I want to talk about when I talk about monetization, I want you to think about an old show. I like to use Bonanza. Bonanza was, like how many years ago was Bonanza made? Like 70, 60 years ago. Right. But do you realize that it is still on TV today, but the advertisement that is around it is current day? It's not from back in 1959. So that inventory, that particular show is continuing to make money even 60 years later. So get yourself in a system where you can start turning over that inventory every quarter and making a ton of money on streaming TV.
Well, that leads me right into having, you talk with us about your TV Media Incubator Academy, of which I'm a brand new member. Yes. Where you're coaching and teaching business entrepreneurs how to pivot, become a TV show producer and monetize the content. So talk with us about how you take us through and give us the platform. As you say, you lowered the playing field. You're making it affordable for women. Listen up, women. You're going to pay twice and 3 times in another marketplace. Zondra is here for us. So tell us how you're going to do it.
I'm excited about it. It's a 12-month program. And so a lot of times people will say, well, 12 months, you mean I got to go to school for 12 months before I film my show? No, we built the whole Incubator Academy on adult learning theory. And if you know what that means that we teach you and then you apply. So through this whole period, we're teaching you components and you're testing and trying, and then you actually go into the studio. So the studio appearance happens within the first 4 to 5 months of the academy. You're already producing your film. And so that is, the most awesome piece. Then you're probably wondering, what am I doing the rest of the time? You're learning how to market. You're learning how to do market analysis. You're learning how to select your avatar. A lot of times women come in, I serve all women. No, you don't. Let's get it narrowed down. So we start really working on that. And then we start talking about sponsors and commercials and starting that revenue model for you.
Wow. And you really embody the notion and the pension and the mission of changing how people think, right? And you're brilliant. I mean, I just like sit at the other end of the phone or the Zoom, and I'm just like taking notes voraciously. And I read someplace and it completely resonated with me. Zondra, you are the Gary V without the vulgarity. And I am so ecstatic because who needs vulgarity?
Yeah, I always say that. So I don't know, you picked it up somewhere. I am the woman version of Gary Vee without profanity. And the reason why I say that is that everything we produce in Zondra TV network can be repurposed over and over and over and over and over and over again. And that's what we want you to do, because then you're actually managing your marketing budget more effectively. I need to be responsible with what I provide that you can use it and it's evergreen enough, and you can use it over and over again. You can use it in social. You can use it in an email campaign. You can use it in your signature. You can use it wherever you want to use it. And that's what we teach.
Well, that is complete. I hate waste. So that is completely on target. And I'm really, I'm excited. I am completely excited about it. So tell us a story. There's probably one or two people that stand out in your mind. When you took them in, you were wondering, well, or maybe you weren't wondering, because I suspect you can probably take anybody on a very, very profitable story and trajectory. But tell us how you may have multiplied a woman's revenue based upon her participation in your incubator.
Well, I mean, first of all, you have to have a desire. So I don't really, maybe I don't try to take someone and make them have a desire to do this, right? So the first thing is you got to have a desire to actually want to get your message out on a larger scale. So if you really want to do that, then anybody is open to the Incubator Academy. But I think you have to have that desire first. And so what I always tell people is I don't believe that everybody wakes up every day going, I want to be a TV producer. I didn't wake up saying I wanted to own a TV network. Okay. I don't think you wake up every day, and that's not on your vision board, probably, maybe on some, but not everybody's. But you got to be saying to yourself, hey, I want to create additional revenue streams, and I want to take my message outside of my local neighborhood. Those two questions, if the answer to that is yes, then let's go. I'll make sure you're a great TV producer.
That is so good. Obviously we have become a global economy, and you're talking about the absolute importance of a multi-digital, or is that the right term? That's not the right vernacular. Digital presence. Yeah. And so raise a hand. Who with us, and I suspect even on the replay, who of us hasn't stumbled over delivering our elevator pitch? Raise a hand. Okay, maybe comment in the chat. Well, I have. I've changed it like a number of times. But Zondra is here today with a free gift, and we're going to give you that link in a minute, as to a 30-minute consult. This woman's time is so invaluable. Her experience is rich and rooted, and she's going to give us a 30-minute consult on honing your elevator pitch. Zondra, tell us about that.
Because I think we've gotten so conditioned. I have to admit, a lot of people live outside the box, but I live with no box. So therefore, I'm not tempted to jump back in the box, because I think, people living outside the box, well, they're going like, I'm going to go jump in. I'm a little scared today. I live without a box. But I believe that we have been so conditioned to believe that the way we give the elevator pitch is always, hi, my name is Zondra, and this and that. But I want to teach you a more effective way to really address pain points. And so delivering your elevator pitch in a unique way to really address what the pain points are and how you and only you are the solution. And the reason why I say that we need to reframe our mindset about how we do that is because everybody's doing it the same way. Why not be different?
Totally good. Totally good. Well, I could talk with you for a long time, and yet we've got guests here that have questions. So I want to open it up. It's a 10-minute window. Ask your questions of Zondra Evans. Who's first?
All right. We'll give everybody a moment to put their questions in the queue. And while we're waiting for that, I've got a question. So hi, Zondra, I'm Nancy. And one of the questions I have is, when you're doing these sponsorships, like if you have your own show, how do you put together something to get people to pay for exposure on your show?
Yeah, that's a really great question. So there's a couple of things. There's a thing called a pitch deck, right? So guess what? We have a pitch deck expert that actually helps you to create your own pitch decks, right? I mean, beautiful thing. And then you take that pitch deck and you figure out the avatar you're looking for, and you go after it. Here's the thing. everybody is paying for something. Like, there's no way that you are going to get marketing and advertisement. You're not going to get co-branded. You're not going to be featured on TV for over a year. You're not going to get a reel. All these things that we do, you got to pay for some of that. That just, it's advertisement and it's marketing. And so we just teach you how to talk about it in a different way. We also teach you how to kind of really, I would like to say, integrate TV into your normal business process, because that's the really way you should be doing it.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So we've got several people here. This is your opportunity to get some questions from Zondra. And I don't see anybody that's typed in the chat yet. Let me go ahead and put another one to you, if I may, Zondra. When you talk about the perfect elevator pitch, how do you really stand out for, you know, if you're in a meeting and everybody's introducing themselves and it's just like Charlie Brown's mom, wah, 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 teacher, right? That can sound like, so how do we distinguish ourselves?
Yeah, so I mean, I guess I can give you a little peace of mind. You know, I don't stand up in a room of 50 and go, "Hi, my name is Zondra." I say, "Are you sick and tired of your posts not being seen on social media? Are you tired of all of the white noise that's drowning out your good message? Well, look no further. Zondra TV is the solution." My name is Zondra Evans, and I'm the founder and CEO of Zondra TV Network, where I can guarantee that you'll be heard, you'll be seen, and you will grow.
Well, if you haven't VIP'd already, that'll give you the recording, and that would probably be a really worth, that little elevator pitch. You just copy that down and vamp it to you, and my word, you have gotten a great ROI. All right, I'm just 44 years in finance. I'm just saying.
Awesome. And again, you can go to the speaker gifts page to go ahead and get the VIP upgrade. And also you'll get the link there to your one-on-one session with Zondra and her amazing generosity. We've got a question from Muggs. And if you'd like to unmute yourself, Muggs, we can hear you, or I can read it. You get to choose. There you go.
I'll be happy to ask. Hi, Zondra. Thank you for this. Could you explain the difference between what you do and having your own YouTube channel? I don't do that either yet, but I just want to understand what it is that you're offering.
Okay, so let's talk about that. YouTube, anybody can have a YouTube. I mean, I can go get a YouTube in any email address and have a YouTube channel. What we do is it's TV. It's not a YouTube channel. It's actually on TV. It can be ingested on TV. Now, people will say, "Oh, but YouTube is on TV too." It is. But the difference is you're not able to literally monetize your content effectively on YouTube the way you would on TV. TV is still recognized. Roku, Amazon, and Apple are the big three of streaming, just like ABC, NBC, CBS was back in the day. So getting in that place puts you as a celebrity influencer. And that's what you're trying to accomplish. Anybody can have a YouTube channel, but everybody can't be on TV.
Oh, excellent. You know, if there's another question now, I'll step back.
Nope, that was a great answer. And you're up next, Deb.
Okay, great. Listen, I wanted to I want to know, what was the first, like kind of getting on your first major, like Apple or Roku. I mean, what was your first engagement? And then were the other ones, easier, or was it pretty much like a different learning curve to get promoted on all and aired on all of these top three and more?
I think about it sometimes. I have to pinch myself, right? Because I'm like, is it really you that, I had two shows, like two little pilots, you guys. It's amazing what being obedient to something very small. I knew that I was supposed to film two shows, and I was going to put them on YouTube, Mugs, just like everybody else. Because my mind was still in that same frame. I was like, what? But 3 days before I filmed it, I got offered my first Roku channel, and I'm a believer, so I prayed about it, and I bought it. And I bought it and didn't know what to do with it. But had I not filmed those 2 shows professionally, I wouldn't have got picked up by Comcast Cable. And if I hadn't got picked up by Comcast Cable, I wouldn't have been picked up by Biz TV out of Arlington, Texas. If I hadn't have been picked up by them, I probably wouldn't have been picked up by Black Contemporary TV during the pandemic. I probably wouldn't have got picked up in Australia. You understand what I'm saying? So it was a domino effect. And it was all because of those 2 shows. I'm a talk show host all of a sudden, but yet I had not been trained to do it. But the world is saying that I'm organic and fun and it's real, and it's the home of positive programming. So that's it.
Well, you are fun and you are real. And, I didn't put this in the chat, but if we can put Zondra, is it Zondra TV Network.com, Zondra? You're welcome.
Oh, no, it is ZondraTV.com if you'd like to ingest some of our great content, or you can go to BeyondZTV.com as well. And then you'll get to, we got a live feed there, and you can figure out all the stuff that we do, which is really a lot for business entrepreneurs.
But if you go on her site, the one that you mentioned first, I wasn't writing it down.
ZondraTV.com.
ZondraTV.com.
Yeah.
If you happen to have 2 screens, like I have 4, if you happen to have 2 screens, or just split your screen and put ZondraTV.com on one half and YouTube on the other, and then we won't even talk about it anymore.
I know that's the truth.
Yeah. Well, I'm a visual person, so I like it. And I get it. You can go on YouTube and not spend much money at all besides paying someone to put it on. Yet the reach, Zondra, and I talk with entrepreneurs all the time. I talk with women who have a message, right? And again, you're one snowflake, right? I don't want to say you're snowflake, because then that has all kind of political and negative connotations, but you're one fingerprint that is unique in this world. And if you have created a product or a service and you don't sufficiently believe it to want to put it out to the masses of your audience, then come back to the drawing board and figure out what needs to be fixed in that. Like I say, fix the broken link, right? And I am so passionate about when we're believing in our product and our services, as you so firmly believe in your real messages, changing mindsets and getting that word out, getting women's voices lifted up and elevated, then we will pay for someone like you and your cohorts to help us accentuate and accelerate that process of expansion. Will we not?
Absolutely. We're creating something new. You guys will be hearing about it. It's called micro networks. We're creating micro networks now on Roku, Amazon, and Apple. But here's the one thing that you need to really realize. I can't adopt anything from YouTube, so I'm gonna use YouTube. I can't adopt subscribers. Like if there's a gazillion subscribers on YouTube, I don't get to adopt that number. I still have to do my own subscription, right? And how many people subscribe to me? The one thing about Zondra TV Network is we're a multiple international award-winning network. And guess what? When you become a producer here, you get to adopt that. So all of your literature says multiple international award-winning network. You're on it. You're part of it. You get to adopt that we have a reach of 350 million. You don't have to try to go get 350 million. We already have it. So you get to adopt that. So all of the accolades, all of the things that we have accomplished as a network become open to you. And so that really makes us different.
I was raised on a farm, right? I'm hitching my wagon to that tractor's drawbar. I just am. Because I want to go the distance. And I think each of us have a passion within ourselves to bring something new to the table, do we not? Else, why be in business? So what is it that you have that's burning inside of you, and yet you haven't yet monetized it, and you're eager to do so because you know you are the salve for someone's or some groups of zeros pain? That's the essence, is it not? And your programming has brought salve to millions of viewers. And at the end of the day, that's the healing of humanity. And I salute you for bringing it to us and the masses through the streaming TV and Zondra TV. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's so much fun. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Debra and Zondra, could you answer one more question that we got in the queue?
Do it.
All right, beautiful. So, do you provide services that help authors of original material determine if their work would make great streaming material?
Did you say authors of? I think that
Yeah, like content creators. Like, is the material good enough? Like, how do you give us guidance? Because so many people think, "Oh, my stuff's not good enough for streaming," or maybe it is.
I think all content is good for streaming if it's a positive message, right? So the answer is yes. It's twofold. One is some people maybe, you don't want a talk show, you want a documentary, and you've written up this, script. We have people that actually will review a script and tell you how long it would be if we were to film that and whether or not it's, got the gravitas that it needs. But to be perfectly honest, in the incubator, we don't ask you to come with a script. We want you to learn how to be organic on TV. So that means that we're going to teach you how to become one with the camera. We're going to teach you how to posture in the media. We're going to teach you how to pull your message together in a very ornate way. And so that really is, so the answer is yes, we do it, but we do it in a very different way. We believe all content can be really great if it's finessed in the right way.
Fantastic.
Oh,
thank
you. Thank you so much, Zondra. We so appreciate you and your talents and your wisdom and sharing it with us today. We invite you to stay on as much as your schedule permits, but in the essence of time, thank you very much. And we are going to now move into an overview, if you will, of the charity of this event, which is the Pachamama Alliance. So, Zondra, thank you so much. Good day.